Okay. So I'm not sure my team is there, but still, what I can do is I can open this one. Okay, let me search for associate. Okay, now open roles and associate. But still, what I can do? Yeah, let me. So this is the least expectations that we will be having for to join us on Amazon in cloud support engineering. So these will be your responsibilities. Okay, so before I start, how many of you guys know what actually the AWS thing is doing to customers? Anyone? Just give random answers. That's fine. Okay, no problem. I'll tell you guys. Just a moment. Shit, I'm not connected to my VPN. So basically, Amazon has almost 200 plus services, and customers from all over the world are using it. If anyone have developed an application, let's say if you're creating an API and if you want to make it available for the whole world, you can do that using Amazon Web Services. Like I'll show you how. So that's what the customers are doing with it. So here we go. I'm working with Lambda. This is one of the services that I work with, and I'm aspiring to get an SME in. This is basically the functions. Probably you would have written main function, right? So this is similar to that. So let's say I'm writing a function called check snapshots. So this is my main function. This service is like serverless. You will not be paying for the server that we are using. We'll be paying basically for the runtime uh, that we use. So not the runtime, so the execution time that we use. The function will be called automatically by the AWS as a code itself, and we don't need to do anything. We just need to write our code and deploy. That's it. It's done. So we do not need any servers, or we do not need any libraries or any other factors that we need to maintain. That will be done by AWS itself. So we are reducing the cost automatically. So companies like Zendesk, not Zoho, Freshworks, they use this particular service to avoid costs. It's basically cost cutting. I think my screen is stopped. Is it still visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. So that's what. Here on Amazon, you'll be working with few services. Let's say in my team, as a serverless, I'll be working with API Gateway, Lambda, Step Functions, SNS, and few other services. So these are the primary services that I'm working with. Basically, as you know, it's cloud support engineering. So the main role will be customer support role in cloud. Uh, but it will not be like an application support. It's not like a call center job or something like in Amazon. There's nothing like that in AWS. This is a frontline support, and that this role is particularly very critical uh, as this involves the business. The development team, they just develop it and they deploy it. That's it. But my role, I have to deal with customer and There is something called technical accounts manager. Like every customer has a technical accounts manager. We have to deal with them, and if there is a feature request or a bug or whatever it is, we have to deal with the development team as well. So it's like a center hub. Um, so that's what we need to do here. Uh, and for this, the basic criteria here is Linux and networking. ஸோ யாராவது உங்களுக்கு தெரிஞ்ச லினக்ஸ் கமாண்ட் யாராவது சொல்லுங்களேன். ரொம்ப சிம்பிளான கமாண்ட் இருந்தாலும் ஓகே.
CD, LS,
Exactly.
MKDir.
Okay. Yeah. Super. That's what, like, these are basic level commands, but that's good you started it. Uh, Here, when it comes to interview point of view, you'll be asked a little in depth. Um, I don't question you, but uh, anyone know about how to change the groups, change the permissions on Linux?
chmod,
Yeah.
chown.
Okay. Anything about swap space? Okay, no problem. So these kind of questions are expected you can expect it from the Amazon interview. Um, Before proceeding, I'll tell you what is the interview process is like. Okay, so as a cloud support associate, you'll be having 6 rounds of interview totally. The first one is online assessment. Um, since in India, I'm not sure if the online assessment is there, um, but 90% it is there. Yeah. Uh, Let me check that and confirm to Shinparaman sir later on. But I'll tell you. But uh, it will not be an aptitude test or something like that. Even the first online assessment will be having 4 rounds. The first round is a technical questions one. Like I'm not sure who answered it. I was on a different screen. Yeah, you'll be having simple Linux questions and networking questions like the one I asked. What does CD do? What does ls-h do? Um, so how does DHCP work? So these kind of questions. Um in the first round itself, we'll be having another round which is behavioral. Uh, you'll be given a situation per se. Your teammate, he's on holiday, but his ticket has been escalated. How will you handle it? That kind of questions, like competent based questions. And then in that itself, the third round will be an which suits you the most. Um, like I'm a smart worker, I'm a hard worker. So which suits you the most? Something like that. There is no correct answer for this particular round alone. It's completely based on your behavior. So no need to dig much on that. And the fourth 4A, let's say not 4A, sorry, 1D, I would say. Yeah, 1D would be the fourth round would be it's a technical assessment again, but with situation. For example, let's say you have 3 customers. One is going live tomorrow, and one had an issue, but that can be rectified a week later as well. But still, the cost is getting more for them. And the third one is you need to design an um, solution for a customer who is going live in a year. Uh, but still, also you need the problem there is you need to create a migration plan. So how will you handle the situation when all the 3 customers are into you? So these these kind of questions will be there. Yep. So that's first round. Second round was phone screening, technical assessment again. You'll not be turning on the camera. You'll be getting connected in Chime. Here it is on the system. You'll be getting connected in Chime, and again, it's the basic Linux and networking questions. Uh, it'll not be that very intense in the second round. Again, the basic questions like they'll test the knowledge on yours, but they'll dive a little bit. Like per se, example, this is a main question in any. Mayan companies. So when you hit, when you type Amazon.com and hit enter, what happens here? This is the question. So anyone like a basic idea? தெரியலனாலும் பரவாயில்ல, just give it a try.
டிஎன்எஸ் சர்வரில் போயிட்டு அதுக்கு மேட்ச் ஆகக்கூடிய ஐபி அட்ரஸை வந்து இது பண்ணோம். ஸ்டார்ட்
Exactly. Exactly. Super. For the very first time, I'm hearing an answer from a college student. That's very nice to hear this. Cool. But நீங்க சொன்ன ஆன்சரே கொஞ்சம் இன்டெப்தா போகணும். Answer is correct. So that's what it is going to happen. Like it is going to DNS server and it is going to take the IP and then what? Actually, இதுல இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இன்டெப்தா போகணும். IP எடுத்துட்டு வந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம்
ப்ரோட்டோகால் யூஸ் பண்ணோம் அப்படின்ட்டு எஸ்சிடிபிஎஸ்ஸா அப்படின்னு பார்க்கணும்.
ஓகே, ஆல்மோஸ்ட் HTTPS. ஓகே, ஆக்சுவலி நீங்கள் கிட்ட வந்துட்டீங்க. ஸோ இஃப் ஐ வேர் இன்டர்வியூவர், நீங்கள் இது வரைக்கும் ஸ்டாப் பண்ணீங்கன்னா இதிலிருந்து என்னோட நெக்ஸ்ட் கொஸ்டின் நான் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணுவேன். எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு HTTPS சொன்னீங்க. ஓகே, டு யூ கைஸ் நோ அபவுட் 3-way ஹேண்ட் ஷேக்?
டிசிபி ப்ரோட்டோகால்.
எக்ஸாக்ட்லி. ஸோ இதை வந்து பாயிண்ட் பண்ணி இந்த ஆன்சர் கொடுக்கணும். தட்ஸ் வாட் தே வில் எக்ஸ்பெக்ட் அஸ் அன் இன்டர்வியூ. I'll tell you not the exact answer, but I'll tell you how to start it. So first, before going to the DNS server, it will iterate through the DNS server like name servers, top level domain. First, it will check for the top level domain. So it's dot. Always it's dot. Okay, and then it's first level domain and second level domain. If I give an aws.amazon.com, so amazon.com is second level domain and AWS is the third level domain. So it's going to search in that way. It will iterate and it will search and it will map the correct IP with that, and it's going to return the IP to the browser. And now browser is going to do the TCP handshake. Browser is the client and the server is the actual server, and three-way handshake starts. Once the three-way handshake is completed, all the three flags are done, and then the server is going to return the HTML page to the browser, and it's going to get displayed. So this is the answer they will be expecting, and from this the question starts. Let me go for two questions. Okay. So we have talked about three-way handshake. Anyone know about four-way handshake?
டிஹெச்சிபி.
No. Four-way handshake is also for TCP, but it's to reset the connection. So three-way handshake is to establish the connection, and four-way handshake is to reset the connection. Okay, now four-way handshake is done. Now, since you told DHCP, so do you know the process behind the DHCP? The பேர் சொன்னா போதும். There's a process.
ஐ டோன்ட் ரிமெம்பர்.
That's fine. That's fine.
இந்த டோரா
Exactly.
டோரா ஐ லேர்ன் ப்ரீவியஸ்லி.
Exactly. DORA process. That's correct. Okay, this is how the interview will be. So when you give an answer, the question will be raised from that particular answer. The next question, DORA. So this is how. They'll get a little in depth on that. I don't remember any questions now because there's a hiring phase here. It's been a long time I've taken an interview. Okay, so this is on networking part, and similarly on the Linux part as well. So they'll go till the swap space, but that will be on the on-site round. Now this is the phone screening. After that, you'll be getting an on-site round. So if it's a situation like before Corona, they gave an opportunity for people to come to abroad. Let's say you're applying for abroad role in Ireland. So on the on-site round will be here in Ireland. You'll be given tickets and visas to come here and attend an interview. So that's how it's done previously. But now it's everything is virtual. There are a few people in my team itself who came directly from India attending the interview without any masters or anything. So it's pure luck actually. But you can search something like this. If you give me any role that's open, I can check and give it to you. Um, I'll show you how I can check that. I don't think you will be able to see that, but I can see it. Um, Let me go for software development. It's just an example. So let me take it on L4. Okay. So if you see here, I have a flag which is called International External Candidate. So these roles, they're accepting people from abroad. Like they are ready to sponsor you the visa. And see, so they're ready to just 1 year of non-intensive professional development experience. There are roles for even for development and cloud support engineers, and this will be your salary range. Based on your performance in the interview, your salary will be decided. There is a guy here in Ireland, in my next building in same Amazon. He's from India. He's from IIT actually. You'd have seen the news. There was one guy from IIT who was placed for around 1.5 crores in Ireland. That's the guy. And I was talking to him. He was telling me how he was preparing for the interviews. Oh my god! Even as a Amazon employee, I will not be able to prepare like that. And he joined directly as an L5 engineer and not an L4. So L4 is same as my level, but he has joined as an L5. So I'm just thinking how much preparation has that guy has done. So okay, now mind. This so I was talking about the on-site interview. Yeah. So in on-site, you'll be having 4 rounds of interviews, two technical and two manager. Two technical, one will be based on again Linux and networking. Um, Again, a little deep dive than the phone screening, but not that deep dive, I would say. Since it's for cloud support associate, they'll not dig that much. Um, I don't remember any question. Yeah, in case of networking, I would say. So, okay, never mind. Linux, I have a question. They'll be asking you about the Linux boot process. Till today, I don't remember that. I was preparing that question for an interview, but I forgot it. So that's an important question. Explain the boot process of Linux. So that's that kind of questions you'll be getting. So what are the different file extensions? Sorry, file systems that are present in the Linux? Um, kind of. Uh, there was a answer from a guy like it's the same guy. I guess he answered LS right. So my question will be, what does ls-h do? Like you'll be asked with along with the flags like that. Okay. So the first on-site round will be on Linux and networking, and the second on-site round will be based on the team that you're going to. Like there are 12 teams. I'll show you. I think it's getting recorded. I would kindly request to keep it confidential. Like just use it for yourself because these are all my internal tools that I'm not supposed to show. So that's okay. Okay. So we have these many teams: analytics, big data, DMS, database, deployment, Linux, networking, SCD, security, Windows. Likewise, we have different teams. The second on-site round will be based on the team that you're going to. I'm from serverless. So if I were your interview, I'll shoot questions based on the services that I'm using. Let's say, for example, I'm using API gateway. So I'll ask you what are the HTTP codes that you know. Anyone? Want to give it a try?
Port 80.
No, no, no. HTTP codes, not the. Sorry, I told ports, right? It's codes. HTTP codes.
403, 401,
Exactly.
200. Okay, 500.
So, uh, okay, that's correct. So, but we have to answer it in 2xx and 4xx. When you tell this, I'll be going with, okay, what does 403 mean? What does 401 means? So questions will be like that. And the second question will be like after that, if anyone have developed an application, this is one of the questions that I got. Anyone, if you're okay, you can give it a try. Um, let's say you're developing an application and you have a database in your application. You're designing a login screen. When you type your username and password and when you hit enter, anyhow the username and password is going to the database and it's going to be get searched, and if the credentials match, you're going to get logged in. So how does this system work? Like just typing your password and hit enter, will that allow your data to go to the backend, like, or else is there something happening in between? Want to give it a try, anyone? Okay, no problem. So basically there will be a token based authentication system which will be designed by the developers. So whenever you enter the password, your application will send a token to the database, and the database will be verifying it. And then once it's verified, you'll be allowed in, and there'll be a select query happening and getting the data, matching it, and if that's done in the code. But the answer here is token based authentication system will be happening. That's the answer. So these are all things that I'll be dealing with. So I asked you about token based authentication system, right? So I'll sometimes people will be used. They'll be telling இந்த கொஸ்டின் இன்டர்வியூல கேட்ட கொஸ்டினுக்கும் நம்ம ஒர்க் பண்றதுக்கும் சம்மந்தமே இருக்காது அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. But that's not the case with Amazon, because every question you're asked, you'll be working that with. So I asked you about token based authentication. No, if you see here, let me open any one of my authorizer. This is my authorizers. So if you see here, it's a token-based authentication that I'm having for my Lambda function. So you'll be asked to create an authorizer. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, so it's a token-based authentication and request-based authentication. Depends on your use case. So everything you are asked in the interview, you will be using that in the system. Okay, so that's second round, second on-site round. The next one is manager round. So in that, you'll be asked with leadership principles. Okay. So the questions will be based on these leadership principles, which is, there are almost like 16 leadership principles, but you'll not be asked with everything. For this role, I think it's customer obsession, ownership, learn and be curious, and then I guess it's interest. Yep. So how the questions will be? It's like situation based questions only, competent based questions per se. Tell me about a time where you helped your friend when he is not able to complete his work, something like that. and make sure you have to answer it in star method. Anyone want to answer what star is? Like on interview perspective. Okay, I'll tell you. S is for situation, T is for task, A is for action, R is for result. Okay, so this is how you have to answer. So when I asked this question, like tell me about a time where you have helped your friend in college or in office or anywhere. So the first thing should be situation. You have to explain them in what situation it has happened. So I would say when I was the president of CSE association when I was studying. So um, I helped a guy who was doing the treasure hunt event. So that's the situation. And the task I was given is, keeping. I mean, it's a technical treasure hunt, so we have to create folders and we have to create clues. That's the task that I was given. And action, what I did was I googled multiple ways, like what are the ways to do it, and we created something a technical clue like decoding and encoding or something like that. That's the action that I've taken, and result people enjoyed it, and that was the best event in the symposium. This is how my answer will be. So I told the situation, I told the task, I told what action I did, and what was the result. If you guys miss anything of any one of this, I'll be going for. I'll be trying to pull out answer from you. That's how Amazon does it. Like, will not stop at that. Like, okay, this guy doesn't know. Let's leave that. No, it will not be like not like that. In Amazon, they'll always try to pull the answer from you. They will just try to get the answer, and so that anyhow, they if they want people, they try to pull the answer from the candidate, and they'll 90% they'll try to take them in because uh, that's how it works here. Yeah. Okay. So that's all from the interview perspective. So we followed the 2 and 5 day policy. Uh, Forget about the first round. When you complete your second round, within 2 days you'll be getting the result. If you don't get it, which means that you're rejected. In 2 days you'll be getting the result. You'll be getting the calendar invite for the technical round. You'll be choosing the dates, like when you're ready to attend. So I've given that when I was attending, I've given almost like 1.5 months gap to prepare myself for this particular interview. Since it is for an engineer role, the questions that I asked are like it's like 20% only. Uh, for engineer role, I directly joined as engineer one since I had my experience back in India. I was little deep diving on the answers, so I had to because that's the expectation. But when you come out of college, it's graduate role and associate role. Uh, Questions will not be that difficult. Okay, so after the on-site round, within 5 days, you will get your result again, whether you're in or out for Amazon. So yeah, that's all about the interview process, and I told you about my work as well. In work, I forgot to tell one thing. So just don't think it's just a support role, a normal support role, be supporting customers. Sometimes you will be asked to solution architect them, like create a solution. Let's say I'll show you an example case. It will not be that easy. Uh, okay, what's that case? Hemant. So I'm not sure if this is the one. Sorry guys, it's morning, 6 o'clock here. My Wi-Fi is little slow. I don't know. Some work is going outside. Okay, now I'm not this case. Then let me go to my cases. Yeah, this is one of the case that I had yesterday. So here, it will get little technical. I'll tell you. So a customer is using this API gateway service. The bad part is using a HTTP API. I'm not sure if I have any VPC link. Okay, attach integration. Integration type is. So yeah. So behind the screens, he's having a load balancer. Uh, as of now, I don't have any. But the thing is, in the listener, he's having port 80, which is working completely fine. And when he changed that to 443, he's having a 443 listener in his load balancer as well. But when he changed to HTTPS 443, he's getting this error. The plain HTTP request was sent to HTTPS post port. So this is the issue that he is getting. What we have to do is we have to suggest him answers like workarounds. What can be done to avoid this error? Because that's his business critical thing that's going on. And when he goes for HTTPS, most probably every companies will be asking for HTTPS only. You know why? Because everyone wants a secure connection. That will be the use case. So here the HTTPS is not working. He wants to know what's the reason he's getting this error. I think this is 400 plain text HTTP request was sent to HTTPS port. So what we have to do is he's having an NLB behind. In advanced settings, we'll be having this one secure server name. So if you just give Amazon.com or any HTTPS name, it's not going to work. You have to give the name of the certificates that he is using to make his connection secure. So that should be done here. That's the workaround. So similarly, you'll be designing solutions for customers as well. This is a support thing, but still I'm telling like uh, I don't remember anything now, but ஏதாவது எக்ஸாம்பிள் கிடைக்குமா பார்க்குறேன். Okay, let's say they're having a weather system and customer wants to use a private API. This is a public API, so they want to use a private API, but still they want to use custom domain name as well. For example, example.com or nac.com or something, nacweather.com, something like that. So in case of private APIs, we do not support custom domain names. So what is the workaround? You have to design a solution. Like what can be done based on the use case? You have to design a solution for them and you have to give it to them. So for this, you'll be getting all the trainings that you have. So this is similar kind of thing. And then after that, you will be raising tickets to support upstream where you will not be able to deal with this. So yeah, another example. It'll be a simple question, but we will not be able to deal with that. This customer, he's having step functions, and step functions basically used to orchestrate the lambda functions and different services together. So the here he's having a distributed map where 300 jobs are executed parallelly. If that's the case, the lambda also needs to scale, and the concurrent execution should be equal to 300. But here he's having just 150. So he was asking me what was the reason. We do not have tools to analyze that. Uh, we can just give a guess answer, but the actual answer we'll not be able to give it. So we have to raise an internal ticket to the team, to the development team, basically to the step functions development team, and we have to coordinate with them and ask them why it's happening. So you'll be scheduled a call with the development team if required, not all the time, only if required. So they are called a service team. You'll be sitting with them and you'll be getting to know about that service. Okay, what's happening, why the lambda did not scale, why the step function did not throw 300 executions to lambda. So you'll be troubleshooting it with them. So that's how it's done. So yeah, this is the job role. Now let's come to the very first step. Actually, reverse level on the time, but still, the very first step, resume. Okay, I'm gonna tell you an application, resume.com. So this is a free application. You don't need to pay it. If your resume scores almost above 64, then you have a good resume. Let me paste you this. I'll stop the sharing now. Okay. And okay, here it is. Sorry, I was using. It's been years I used this Google Meet. Sorry. Okay, so that's the website. You could use it. You could use it for analyzing your resume, like score it and make sure it's above 65 percentage. And once it's done, you are eligible. Because as of now, okay, anyone யாராவது சொல்லுங்களேன். இப்போ கரண்ட்டாக இருக்கிற கம்பெனிஸ் ஜோஹோலாம் விட்டுருங்க. ஸோ லெட்ஸ் சே சம் ஸ்டார்ட்அப்ஸ், பிக் கம்பெனிஸ், ஃப்ரெஷ் ஒர்க்ஸ். Zoho, basically, if you apply, they'll call you for the first round. So because they want people, and Sridhar Vembu is an equal opportunity giver, so he doesn't have that policy. But let's say Freshworks, Amazon, Google, இவங்கெல்லாம் எப்படி ரெஸ்யூம் ஷார்ட் லிஸ்ட் பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு தெரியுமா?
ஏடிஎஸ் யூஸ் பண்ணி.
எக்ஸாக்ட்லி, அப்ளிகன் ட்ராக்கிங் சிஸ்டம். அந்த ஏடிஎஸை பிரேக் பண்ணி உள்ளே போகிறதுக்கு தான் இருந்தது. ஸோ இது எக்ஸாக்டாக ஏடிஎஸ் மாதிரி ஒர்க் பண்ணாது. பட் 90% என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு இதை சஜஸ்ட் பண்ணேன். ஈவன் ஐ ஹவ் யூஸ்ட் இட். அண்ட் தட்ஸ் ஹவ் மை அப்ளிகேஷன்ஸ் வென்ட் இன்டு அமேசான் அண்ட் ஐபிஎம். Yeah, give it a try and have a strong resume for yourself. So, Arul, was that you answering my questions from the start?
எஸ் சார்.
Okay. I think you're eligible for Amazon. I would suggest you to give it a try. And if you're okay, try to give seminar on Linux and networking topic to your friends as well. So study together.
ஷியோர் சார்.
Yeah, give it a try. I think you are, you have the eligibility to try for it. Because even when I was preparing after studying cloud only, I was giving such answers, like I was able to prepare it. But you're in third year and you're giving this answers, then definitely you are eligible. If you want me to refer you guys, I'm more than happy to do it.
ஐம் செகண்ட் இயர் சார்.
Second year, okay. Then try for internships.
ஓகே சார்.
Let as of now, there is no internship. Check for it, and if you have anything, let me know. If you're at internship, probably there'll be no interviews after that. Based on your performance, you'll be asked to do a project inside Amazon using the services. You'll be given a team, let's say 3 or 4 people, and you'll be assigned with a mentor, not a guide, mentor. Again, telling you, it's mentor. So it's not that you need to do everything by yourself. So you'll be given help, and once you're done, there'll be an interview with your mentor only. Like they'll be inclining or declining you, and once you're inclined, you are given the offer after you complete your studies.
ஓகே சார்.
So yeah, give it a try. Uh, Arul, are you much into development side or like what's your
Sir, I'm more into cyber security, sir.
cybersecurity side? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for that, I would suggest you to do certifications. Like my friend has done, the friends have done it. I'm not sure it's that name because in my college, I studied in National College of Ireland. So it's again National Engineering College and National College of Ireland. So uh, most probably everyone will be here is Indians in that college. In my class, out of 64 people, 57 are Indians. And the courses that we had is cloud computing. That's what I studied. And my neighboring class is cybersecurity. So they used to do the certifications there. Um, yep. So even you have this one, Arul. Not just Arul. It's not like I'm showing partiality towards Arul alone. So this is to everyone. So cloud support team have, you know, the career pathway can be turned into any ways. Since I'm working in serverless, I'm trying for systems development as well as for software development as well because I'm involved in most of the development activities, projects, things because the services that I'm dealing with is, it's used for development. When I was showing, I have shown you this. There was a security team as well. So there was one of my friend. His name is Venkat. He was in security team. He was in security team, and he got his SME in Cognito, and he became an L5 engineer. And after L5, he changed his career towards cybersecurity. He is a security L5 security engineer now. Let me show you him. Not sure what is his full name. Let me check. Current companies, services. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know his second name. So I'm sorry about that, Venkatesh. Yeah, I'm not sure about his name. Okay, never mind. So he started as a cloud support engineer one, and he got promoted to cloud support engineer two, and then he's a security engineer now. So likewise, there are multiple teams. So when you go for networking, you'll be you can go for systems development engineer, network development engineer, something like that. And when you're in deployment team, you can go for the professional services like DevOps, cloud architect kind of thing. So this particular team in AWS, it paves your path for multiple roles. So it's just not like just this. And in Amazon, you don't have any restrictions. Like in India, when I was back there in India, like I had this hesitation to ask my manager if I can jump for a senior role or some other role in development. But here in Amazon, there is nothing like that. You are eligible to apply by yourself internally. So this is an internal website. So if you have these two check marks in domestic internal transfer and international internal transfer check marks, then you're eligible to apply. But the thing is, after applying, you have to tell your manager, okay, I've done, I've applied for this, and they'll not say no. And what happens is this particular hiring manager and your manager will be having a conversation about you. He'll ask, what is he excelling in this current role? Can I take him? Can I go for an interview with him? Like they'll be having a conversation, and if your manager says yes, okay, he's keeping his metrics in green and everything's going fine, so you can go ahead and uh, have an interview with him, and then it's done. It's just 2 rounds of interview, not that much. Only the technical part of the interview will be there. Uh, Leadership, they'll not dig that much. It'll be a cakewalk. Um, since you're already into Amazon, so that's how it's done. Oh, but the bad part in Amazon is, சொல்லக்கூடாது, but still 2 years complete ஆயிருச்சு அப்படின்னா you will be digged up like anything. Work pressure பயங்கரமா இருக்கும். நான் அதை சொல்லிடுறேன் நான். ஸோ இட்ஸ் நாட் லைக் ஓகே அமேசான் கூகுள் மாதிரி கூகுளுமே சாதாரணம் கிடையாது. எல்லாம் வெளிலேருந்து பார்க்கும்போது இட் வில் பி லைக் மேஜிக்கல் கிங்டம், டிஸ்னி கிங்டம் மாதிரி இருக்கும். ஃபேஸ்புக் ஆஃபீஸ்லாம் இங்கே லே ஆஃப் நடக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னாடி மை ஃப்ரெண்ட் இஸ் ஒர்க்கிங் ஹியர். அவங்களுக்கு ஃப்ரீ ஃபுட் அதெல்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்க, ஃப்ரீ மொபைல்ஸ்லாம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. இட்ஸ் தட்ஸ் த வே ஆஃப் கெட்டிங் த ஜாப் டன். அண்ட் வாட், தே ஆர் ஆக்சுவலி டெடிகேட்டட். அவங்க வீட்டுக்கே போக மாட்டாங்க மோஸ்ட்லி. அங்கே கூகுள்லாம் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு இந்தியன் செஃப் இருப்பார், அவர்கிட்ட பேசிக்கிட்டே வந்து சாப்பிட்டுட்டு நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒர்க் கண்டினியூ பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிருவாங்க. என் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் 2-3 பேர் அங்கெல்லாம் ஒரு 3-4 டேஸ் தங்கி ஒர்க் பண்ணதை பார்த்துருக்கேன். ஸோ இந்த ஸ்பைடர்மேன் படத்தில் சொல்கிற மாதிரி தான், மோர் பவர் வித் மோர் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி கம்ஸ் வித் மோர் ரெஸ்பான்சிபிலிட்டி, அந்த மாதிரி. ஸோ வென் யூ go up in your tenure, you are expected more. That's how the IT industry is. So get ready for that. I don't know how each individual's career aspirations are, but still, all the best. Oh, okay. Anyone? Any questions? It's almost like an hour. Sorry, actually, morning 6 o'clock, I overslept myself. I'm late. Eaten up your time as well. Anyone? Any questions? Any questions? Come on. No?
Hi, sir.
Yep, Fiona, yeah.
சார் ஏடபிள்யூஎஸ்க்குன்ட்டு தனியாக சர்டிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ் ஏதாவது முடிச்சுக்கணுமா?
Good question. Actually, I forgot to tell this. இன்டர்வியூ ப்ராசஸில் நீங்கள் சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் முடிச்சிருக்கீங்களா முடிக்கலையா அப்படின்றத பார்க்கவே மாட்டாங்க. பட் முடிச்சிருந்தா இட்ஸ் அன் ஆடட் அட்வான்டேஜ், அவ்வளோதான். மேண்டேட்டரியாக முடிச்சிருந்தா தான் அவங்க ரெஸ்யூம் த்ரூ ஆகும்லாம் கிடையாது. ஆஸ் ஐ டோல்டு, பேசிக்லி க்ளவுட் ரன்ஸ் ஆன் லினக்ஸ் அண்ட் நெட்ஒர்க்கிங். ஸோ அவங்க வந்து இந்த க்ளவுட் ரன் ஆகுறதுக்கு என்ன வேணும் அப்படின்றதான் பார்ப்பாங்களே தவிர்த்து, நீங்கள் உள்ளே வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் தான் கம்ப்ளீட் ட்ரைனிங் நடக்கும். பட் இஃப் யூ ஆர் கம்ப்ளீட்டிங் இட், ஸோ நான் அதை யூஸ் பண்ணதில்லை. நான் என் க்ளவுட் படிக்கும்போது ஐ டென்ட் டூ எனி சர்டிஃபிகேஷன்ஸ். நான் என் க்ளவுட் படிக்கும்போது ஐ ஹேட் திஸ் சான்ஸ் டு யூஸ் இட் பிகாஸ் ஐ வாஸ் கிவன் ஃப்ரீ கிரெடிட்ஸ் ஹியர். அமேசான் கிரெடிட்ஸ் கொடுத்தாங்க, அதை யூஸ் பண்ணி ஐ மை செல்ஃப் லாகின் பண்ணி ஜஸ்ட் பிளேட் அரவுண்ட். சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் முடிக்கணுமா மேண்டட்ரியானா வேண்டாம், பட் முடிச்சு வச்சுக்கிட்டா இட்ஸ் அன் அட்வான்டேஜ். எந்த விதத்தில் அட்வான்டேஜ்னா, when you go for associate role and if you have a certification, the question will be a little more in depth on the Amazon cloud side as well. A little, not very, very, very little. And they'll go a little in depth in Linux and networking. If you crack it, then instead of going for associate, you'll be given the engineer role itself. So எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, இன்டர்ன்ஷிப், cloud support internship, cloud support associate, cloud support engineer 1, cloud support engineer 2, engineer 3, principal engineers அந்த மாதிரி இருக்குது. பட் மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த பீப்புள் வில் நாட் கோ அபவ் cloud support engineer 2. அவங்க கேரியர் பாத் சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. லைக் சொல்யூஷன் ஆர்கிடெக்டாவோ டெவலப்பர்ஸாவோ அந்த மாதிரி சேஞ்ச் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ஸோ யா, டு ஆன்சர் யுவர் கொஸ்டின், இட்ஸ் நாட் மேண்டேட்ரி, பட் முடிச்சு வச்சுக்கிட்டா இட்ஸ் அன் அட்வான்டேஜ். இன்னொரு இது என்னன்னா, நீங்கள் முடிஞ்ச அளவுக்கு அமேசான் ஜாயின் பண்ணிவிட்டு அந்த சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் பண்ணுங்கள். பிகாஸ் அமேசான்லேயே இருக்கிறதுனால அந்த சர்டிஃபிகேஷன் நீங்கள் ஃப்ரீயாக பண்ணலாம். லைக் வென் யூ அப்ளை, வில் பி கிவன் அ வவுச்சர் கோட் ஃப்ரம் அமேசான் that gives 50% off. And once you clear the examination, you can tell your manager that uh, I clear this examination, so can you waive that fee off? You'll on the refund remaining amount, remaining 50%. Yeah. Okay, my battery is getting dead. Any questions quickly? My charger's upstairs. I don't know if it's gonna last for five or 10 minutes. Any other questions, guys? Okay, I'll give you guys my LinkedIn ID. So this is my name. So if you have any questions, shoot me. I'll try to answer it. Okay, no more questions, then you can wind up the call.
Thank you, sir.
So are we stopping it now? Like, how does it work now? Because முன்னாடினா like staff இருப்பாங்க. I'll be talking with them. Ma'am, இருக்கீங்களா? Okay, participants.
Yes, sir. Yeah, sir, கேக்குதா?
Yeah, கேக்குது.
Yeah. Sir, complete பண்ணிடலாமா sir?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your experience to us. So it's hugely very informative, and thank you for it.
Thank you. So I'll drop the call now. Have a good day, guys. Happy New Year. Thank you.